Darkness falls. The speakers crackle. The signal breaks through the noise. And somewhere between the underground and the unforgettable, another story is waiting to be told. Tonight, Underground Nation welcomes an artist who has spent years carving his own lane through the chaos of independent music. An artist whose journey began in Kalamazoo, Michigan. A creator who transformed life's struggles into songs, who turned obstacles into opportunities, and who refused to let the world decide how far he could go. From touring city after city across America, to sharing stages with some of the biggest names in underground music, to building a catalog that spans albums, books, comics, and creative projects. This isn't just another rapper. This is a storyteller, a survivor, a visionary, a self-proclaimed ghetto nerd with the heart of a grinder and the mindset of a creator. Tonight, we're stepping beyond the music, beyond the spotlight, and deep into the experiences, lessons, victories, and battles that help shape the man behind the microphone. What does it take to survive over a decade in independent music? What sacrifices are never seen by the fans? And what keeps an artist pushing forward when most would have walked away? We're about to find out. So lock in, turn it up, and prepare yourself for another unforgettable conversation from beneath the surface. Stepping into the hot seat with the red-headed flame herself, Feral Minx. Please welcome Skitzo Michigan. This is Underground Nation, where the underground refuses to stay buried.
Tonight, we're stepping into the mind of an artist who's been building his legacy long before algorithms decided to deserve attention. Hailing from Kalamazoo, Michigan, this next guest has carved his own lane through blood, pain, creativity, and straight-up perseverance. He's toured across America, performed for crowds over 10,000 people, shared stages with underground and mainstream heavyweights, worked alongside legendary names connected to Detroit underground royalty, and somehow still found time to become an author, release multiple projects, and continue evolving his craft while many artists quit after their first setback. From albums like The Sumerian Tablet, Black Wolf, Lucid Dreams, and Riot, to his unique blend of street survival, intellect, humor, and raw truth. This artist has built a catalog that deserves your attention. Tonight, we're diving into the highs, the losses, the music industry politics, the business lessons, and what it truly takes to survive as an independent artist for over a decade. Underground Nation, meet the one and only Skitzo Michigan.
I love that intro. Thank you.
Absolutely, you deserve it. I mean, come on, legends only come around so often.
Thank you. Sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees, you know what I'm saying? Because you're constantly doing the work, so you don't get to stop and smell any roses. So I appreciate the flowers. I really do.
Oh, well, much love, homie, much love. You know, I feel like a lot of artists don't truly see, like you said, they don't really see what they deserve. They don't see all their accomplishments and how the community perceives them. So you deserve those bouquets.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
So for people hearing your story for the first time, who was Skitzo Michigan before the music?
Okay, so I mean, I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan. You know, I hate to say the typical young black male story, you know, crackhead mom, no father. But if you read my book, Water from Cactus, all my story is in there. You know, we grew up early in Flint, Michigan, before moving to Kalamazoo. You know, with my mom on drugs, we moved around a lot. We were in places that were unsafe. Unfortunately, I was a victim of a child predator when I was young. And, you know, I was victimized. But, you know, I learned to take, you know, some of those downtimes and make them my strengths. And I think, you know, when, like you said in the introduction, most people would have gave up. But if you know what I've been through, there's no give up in this DNA. I would have gave up a long time ago. No giving up. I'm a father. My main goal in my life is to make my grandmother proud. I watched her clean toilets. She was a janitor for 30 years to put food on the table. So I know what hard work looks like. I know what sacrifice looks like. And I don't want to disappoint her. And I'm still blessed to have her around. A lot of my friends don't have their grandmother. So I'm blessed to still have mine. So I'm blessed to have mine.
Man.
Yeah,
I feel you. My grandma's still alive too. My grandma's still working too. Working.
It's a blessing, man, when we got the OGs around to soak up some of their game. So for anybody listening, if your grandmother's still around, sit around and listen to those old stories, man. Go smoke you a joint or drink you a beer and sit there with her and just let her talk. Let him talk. Let your parents talk, man, and just soak it up.
Man, that is so true. And, that's a lost art. There are so many stories and knowledge that we have right there in front of us, man. And nobody takes advantage of that. Y'all go sit your asses down with your elders and listen and learn a thing or two.
Yes. Clock that T.
So what was Kalamazoo like growing up for you? And how did your environment shape your mindset?
So Kalamazoo, for most people who don't know, we are 194 miles from Detroit, 194 miles from Chicago. So we are in the middle of the drug pipeline of Chicago to Detroit.
Oh.
The crazy thing about Kalamazoo is that nobody who lives here is from here. Every time you talk to somebody, I'm from Gary, Indiana, I'm from Ben Harbor, I'm from Detroit, I'm from Chicago, but you've been living here 20 years. Nobody is from here.
There's no natives?
There's natives, but they don't claim it, right? Everybody's from somewhere else. It's funny. So it's just one of them places where it's hard to, as far as musically, it's hard to survive because there's no support to the underground scene. This is a city full of followers. The artists here mostly follow that Detroit sound. And I don't mean like the underground sound that I'm in, but like more of that drill rap, more, the Sada Baby style and T Grizzly style. And so they have no really culture of their own here. So it was very hard to find. Kalamazoo is a crazy blend. We got Pfizer and Upjohn. So we got 2 billionaires here. So it's money here.
Good grief.
But there's so many homeless people here too as well. So, and they're steady building construction, gentrification is constantly going on in our community where poor people, the unhoused, are just constantly being pushed around through the city in certain places, while we're still building condominiums and stadiums right in their face.
Sounds like a monopolized Mod Podge of bullshit.
Yeah, it's a good reflection on what the whole world is as a whole, honestly. So it's you can get shot here. We have murders here 4 or 5 times a week. The city is small.
Cougar, that ain't target practice, people.
It's not. And we're shooting each other. They're getting younger and younger. So you have those problems here. But yet, it's still vibes. We have a local farmers market community. We have a kind of a hippie community, underground community of people who really want to make the best, see the world. They have that, it might sound corny, but you want to make the world a better place mentality, fighting against the negativity. Yeah. So that's kind of Kalamazoo.
That kind of sounds a lot like I'm in Florida, obviously.
Okay.
My closest town, actually, I live in BFE, man. I'm in the sticks. But the closest city to me is Gainesville. It's a college town, lots of hubbub up and coming.
Florida is, I believe, the college. Florida.
Yeah. But the college, UF dominates most of Florida. Absolutely. Yeah. But for it being a college town like that, you see a lot of poverty. You see all the construction, all of the, the shows. We have lots of events and this, the artisan community, that we have all of that. But then you have your homeless people, you have your vets, you have all of the, the not seen, the behind the scene type stuff,
This is a worldwide problem.
Yeah.
Same thing in Gainesville, same thing in Kalamazoo.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's
the world is ghetto.
But, it really does give you a different perspective when you see that young and you're growing up. It kind of really, really puts things in picture for you. And I feel that, that personally has made me really aware of how I interact with people in my environment, especially within doing business or just personal relationships, period. You always got to watch your six, man. You got to watch it. You got to make sure that, nobody there ain't, with intentions,
Yeah, and it shouldn't really be like that. You know, if it takes a village and the community surrounding you should be there to uplift and support those who they see. You know, back in the day, it used to be the drug dealers would tell the athletes and the smart kids, "Don't be out here. You need something, come to me." But you know, now they're recruiting them.
Yeah.
So it's a new world, but I'm fighting against that. You know, that's the thing too. It's kind of like even the kind of music I do. You know, my name is Skitzo. I've had this duality of anger sometimes wanting to change my name because I felt like my name doesn't represent my music. You know, you hear the name Skitzo, you think, oh, he about to talk about some crazy stuff. But then when you hear my music, you know, it's content, it's intellectual, it's deep, it's going to make you think and move and feel something that energetic and it's timeless. So I wanted to change my name, but, you know, talking to people like Eshawn and Mastermind and Scum and Mars and so many people, it's just like, you know, don't change your name. It's about who make it famous first. And I'm just like, But I feel like with the music I do, you know, I do songs like Black Boy Lost and I do kind of conscious ghetto music. You know, I'm a ghetto nerd. I feel like that has kept me from being signed with labels like Psychopathic because I got songs with Violent J. I done been to Violent J house. I done performed at Violent J house. I got songs with everybody. I mean, if you think about it, I got songs with Jelly Roll. I got songs with so many people, Mad Child that I've done shows with, and they'll do music with me, but they won't give me that bump like that I've seen like them give, you know, Light and Ouija. It's like all Ouija needed was a push. At the beginning, he didn't have the support of the Juggalos like people think. And people notice, they won't say it, but the truth is, I remember being there at the beginning. But he forced himself on them. He worked so hard and he stayed so consistent that he forced these Juggalos like, oh, you don't like me? You're going to love me. Watch this.
Right. Consistency is the key, though.
It's the key. So I feel like because of some of the and because of me refusing to do some of the antics, refusing to do some of the crazy stuff online, say some of the crazy stuff, sometimes I feel like that has hindered me from getting these opportunities. Like I said, now, even though I know they love me, I performed on main stage. I wouldn't have been to Violent J house. He wouldn't have put me on a song. He wouldn't have put me in a video if he didn't, you know, if they didn't. But I've asked these people, I asked Jay, bro, why don't you just sign me? I've asked Scum, LS. I just straight up bluntly asked these people.
So you've been to Psychopathic, LSP.
Why don't you give me the opportunity? Why don't you just, you know, Scum has taken me on tour. Scum has gave me 2 tours. I'm like, that's my bro. So he has given me opportunities. But it's nothing like getting that hatchet opportunity.
No. So
One
do you
tour,
really
I feel like changed my life.
Do you really feel like just your name or the actual genre, the type, like who you are, the type of music, then you just, your consistency with staying true and not conforming, do you think that is hindering you, that is the problem of why you're not?
I think it's part of it. I don't think it's the whole problem. So because it's a fine balance. Now, let me also say this. I don't want to say I sound appreciative because I'm very appreciative and there are a million people who would die to be where I'm at. And like you said, I've got here because I refuse to quit. I made it this far because I do have some talent, but I'm also a people person and I don't treat people like shit. A lot of what I've learned in this game is relationships, building relationships. People gotta like you. It ain't about your talent sometimes, but if promoters just want to hang out with you because they love you, you're good people, you're gonna get booked. So, that's one thing I learned. You can't treat people like assholes. You know, so I don't feel like my antics has kept me from getting the major push, but I do feel like this. So I remember when I first started doing back-to-back gatherings and I was getting bigger on stages from third stage to the second stage and I was on my way. Eshawn said something stupid about the Juggalos. And then I was touring with Eshawn. So I would have Juggalos walk by my table, see the Devil in the Moon sign on the RP or the Nodus and be like, I'm like, that don't have shit to do with me. Right? So yeah, this
guilty by association.
Yes, I've done a song with Buckshot, a video with Buckshot. Next thing you know, Juggalos don't like Buckshot. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like I'm bringing everybody else down.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm being like, and then with the Monstar thing, you know, Light's my brother. So we tried to create something that was going to be amazing, but then he fell out with Psychopath. So it's just like every time I'm never Like, it's not my fault, people. Like, I'm not.
You fix it, Felix, in a world of Wreck-It Ralphs.
Yes, I feel fix it, Felix, in a world of Wreck-It Ralphs. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so and like I said, I am very grateful because coming from where I come from, I'm just a fat, ashy kid from Kalamazoo. I remember my first gathering in 2011. I did 2 verses with Mastermind. That's all I was doing was 2 verses. I was a hype man. I was a hype man who didn't know nothing about. I didn't know who Kung Fu Vampire was. I didn't know who Dark Lotus was. It was so much I didn't know in 2011, right?
That must have been so crazy.
Yeah,
just
so to
jumping
come
into
from that to now, I've been on main stage. I got songs with Violent J. I'm blessed. I'm successful, and my kids and my family. I teach hip hop. My middle school kids, my students love me. I'm very grateful. But
that is such a career. It's just everything, all of that, the whole path, with the kids and all of it. And to think that you started, as just a fat, ashy kid from Kalamazoo,
Yes, that's my slogan right there.
Oh my goodness.
That's my slogan.
Some artists wait to be discovered. Others step into the shadows and take their shot. Welcome to Mic Check Thursday, hosted by the host with the ghost, Bounceball Boogie. Every week, the boogeyman opens the gates, searching for the realest voices in the underground. No industry politics, no fake hype, just raw talent and honest feedback. Think you've got a hot track? For just 99 coins, submit your song and get 1 guaranteed play live. Get reviewed by Bounceball Boogie and the full panel of creatures from the Boogieverse. And if your sound hits different, you might earn something most artists never get: a personal invitation to a spotlight interview on the official Underground Nation podcast. This isn't a contest. This is a gateway to exposure, to community, to your next level. Join us live for Mic Check Thursday. Bring your track, bring your courage, and step into the Boogieverse. The Underground is watching. Are you ready to be heard?
That's incredible, though. It really is. And for you to be able to take these lessons and to teach it on to the next generation, there's so many gatekeepers in the world.
Yes. That's another thing, too.
So many gatekeepers.
And nepotism is something that listen, shout out to my brother Baglow, because I watched Baglow grind so hard in this game. I don't think there's a harder working person in this industry than Baglow.
Shout out.
This man, he does everything. He does lighting, sounds, mixing, recording, booking, carrying totes. Just come on, man. So,
he channeled his Superman.
I think he got that the Infinity Gauntlet.
Something.
And he got that Infinity Gauntlet, man. Shout out to Baglow, man. That's
everything, homie. That's amazing. That is talent for real. Just to be able to juggle all of that and still keep your sanity.
Yeah,
that's.
So there's so many people that I got love for, because there's so many people that have looked out for me. I mean, DJ Clay brought me to the studio and did a song with him.
Love DJ Clay.
So it's like...
love for DJ Clay.
I got a song coming out. I got a video and a song with Jamie Madrox from Twisted. That's about to drop. I got a song with Bizarre that's about to drop. I got a song with Brother Lynch Hunt that's about to drop. And a video with Brother Lynch Hunt. So
hold on, I ain't even got my notepad over here. You just sitting there over there giving me all this unreleased stuff. You are busy. What are you doing in your downtime?
All done. But because of situations like with Monstar, I felt like my career was kind of on hold.
Right.
And because, you can't move a certain way. But then you get to a certain point where it's like, look, I got to eat. I can't really sit around. If I'm a grown man, I'm waiting on another grown man to feed me, I'm a bitch. I feel like I'm just, who am I to sit around? When I can bring something to the table, I can eat. So, and a lot of people is even right now, are you still with Monstar? It's obviously I'm not. It's still good terms, but, I just can't, I just want to be, I also want the people around me to be leaders too. I want to be around a team of strong people. So what if I fall off or something happened to me, somebody can reach down and pick me up. I don't want to be king of the hill.
Facts. Networking and connecting. Y'all really don't understand the depth of that. My mentor, somebody really close to me, somebody I look up to a lot, gave me that, I feel like advice is like spaghetti noodles. You just throw spaghetti noodles at the wall. If they're done, they stick. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
If it's
You know,
thick.
advice is like that. It's one of those spaghetti noodles. You know, you throw it at the wall, it's stuck. He told
Yeah.
me, if you surround yourself with 5 millionaires, you're going to be the sixth one.
Yep.
If you surround yourself with 5 crackheads, you're going to be the next one smoking crack.
Yep. Birds of a feather.
And that piece of advice right there has stuck with me.
And that's hard to do because you got to get rid of your friends sometimes. Sometimes you got to get rid of your loved ones. Sometimes you got to get rid of family. If it ain't good for your spirits and your soul and it ain't building and moving you in the right direction, you got to move in your own direction.
That is for facts, man.
Yeah.
And that goes back. And even people that you've been grinding with, like for real. You've been grinding for over a decade. You know, what kept you going while watching others split? And some of those splits coming from yourself, too.
And I don't want this to sound...
this ain't sounding. This is straight from the heart, man. Straight from the heart.
Yeah, well, honestly, I just feel like can't nobody in the scene out-rap me. I feel like I'm just being honest.
That's the heart.
If you ever see me on stage, you don't want to go after me. You got to be like Tech Nine, or you got to be the Clowns. You got to be somebody like that to go after me.
I don't want to come after you, homie. I just want to smoke one with you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and so that's what keep me going because I feel like I deserve it, and people keep fucking with me. So even now, and I always got a reason. It's kind of like Michael Jordan. He would find a reason to get mad. And because of what's happening now with Monstar and them moving on, now I feel like people are waiting to see what I'm going to do. So I have 3 shows booked this month, the month of May. And then at the end of this month, May 30th, at the end of May 30th, I'll be in Jackson, Michigan with Bazaar, from D12. I just booked the show. Yeah. I just booked the show July 3rd in Eaton Rapids with Eshawn. I booked the show August 1st in Buffalo, New York.
I'm going to have to get in up on some of these shows.
Yes. So I'm trying to get
in on there.
So for right now, so that's my new motivation. So I'm always trying to find a reason to poke the bear and I poke myself and motivate myself. I believe in self-esteem. It got to come from within. So
absolutely.
I always find a reason. Whether somebody, see, that's the thing. I could sit at home and watch Kendrick and Drake beef and be like, oh, they think they too good to beef with me?
You gonna sit there, please, God, I know I'm not the only one. You yell at TV shows.
What?
You yell at the movies too?
Man, I yell at TV all day, knowing they can't hear me. I don't care.
I don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn.
I'm still gonna yell at your ass.
So that's how it
Ramsey.
is.
That is not a ganache. What the fuck you doing, homie?
What is you doing? Nah, I'm mad. I'm writing a song about you.
Yeah,
so I always find a reason to... I'm always looking for a reason to get, keep the juices going, keep the flow, keep the grind going.
And I embers stirred, man. You got to keep that flame lit. That's not fire.
I ain't done.
No, we ain't never done. Ain't never done. So tell us about working alongside Mastermind and what you learned from that experience.
So shout out to Mastermind and Hellraiser. He changed my life. I always like to say everything I have, I owe it to him. He is the reason there is a Skitzo.
The truth.
He won't say it because I've told him this before, but I wouldn't be none of this. I wouldn't even been to the gathering. So I'm just going to tell the story of how it happened. I was doing Blaze battles when 8 Mile came out. Blaze battles and battles became popular. So I started doing them. I did some at St. Andrews in Detroit. I done some in Ohio and Indiana. I was going all around battling MCs and I was winning. And promoter saw me and was like, hey, I'm booking Mastermind from Detroit. Do you know who he is? And I'm thinking to myself, I grew up on Dayton Family, Breed, Nodis, The Golden, Red Tape. I grew up on Eshawn. Like, have I heard of him?
I know.
He's a fucking, in my area, at least where I'm from, in my house with my brothers, he's a fucking god. Like, I can spit his verse, pop, pop, word for word.
That's a Didi. The sun just opened. Oh.
So I said, hell yeah. So he gave me $150 for the show to perform. Mastermind saw me perform and was like, who is that? And asked the promoter, did I want to do a song with him?
Oh, damn.
So this is what I'm saying about don't nobody want to go on stage after me because this is what I do on stage.
Yeah.
So Mastermind was like, do you want to do a song? So I'm like, what? I mean, I buy a bottle of champagne that night, call my brother. I say, I'm on. I hit the lottery. So he sent me the boom.
Pop the top,
first
champagne.
Song. Man, what? I popped champagne. So I did the first song he sent me, murdered it. He sent me another song, murdered it. He was like, let's do an EP. We halfway through the EP, he like, now mind you, I'm spending all my own money, coming out of my own pocket. Because I'm like, this is worth it. So I'm investing in myself. This is what I talk about, people investing in themselves. I'm
spend money to make money.
I'm spending money in the studio. It's gas money getting back and forth. Like, this is my opportunity. So then he said, you want to do the gathering? Now, mind you, I was scared. All I've heard about the gathering was people getting hit in the head with Fago. It was supposed to like,
only if you don't duck.
So I was like, man, I'm not going to this place. This was my attitude before Mastermind. But when he said, I went, 2011, the biggest gathering was in Cave and Rock. Screech from Saved by the Bell. Rest in peace, Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Whoa.
Dustin Diamond, I think his name. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
He introduced us. DJ Quick went on after us. I met Charlie Sheen. Busta Rhymes performed. I saw Dark Loves. I saw King Gordy. People throwing rocks at King Gordy. It was horrible. I love King Gordy. It was the greatest experience of my life, and I've never looked back. And from that opportunity, I'm here right now on the Underground Nation podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I'm blessed.
So that is a hell of a blessing, homie. And you know what? I don't care what the rest of the community say. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
no,
whoop, whoop.
yeah.
2 whoops.
Whoop, whoop. 2 scoops, homie. 2
fucking
scoops.
whoops.
You know, that is amazing.
That's why Juggalos fuck with me too, because I'm talented. That's one thing people don't really know. Juggalos really fuck with talent. If you whack, they gonna let you fucking know.
You see what I do. What I do.
That's one thing I learned ASAP from the gathering, from being around Juggalos, for them accepting me into becoming family, is that they don't give a fuck what color you is, how much money, whatever. If you whack, get the fuck out of here.
Talent is talent. It don't
Talent
matter.
is talent. And they gonna let your ass know.
That's straight fucking facts, man.
Real.
So the 2011, the gathering, that was a huge event.
Yeah.
You know, what was it like performing in front of that many people? You know, like,
it was probably about, when we was out there, it probably was about 800 people. At the end of the night, it was probably over 2,000-3,000. You know, because we went first. We performed at 5 o'clock. But still, you talking about 800 people. To me, it looked like 1,000 people. And now, mind you, I believe this was also on pay-per-view, or Legend Valley was on pay-per-view. I also performed main stage on pay-per-view, I think on Legend Valley. But so it was cameras everywhere. I mean, and that stage, we was on main stage. So we opened up main stage the first day. Now, I don't know what I'm doing, because I don't know about different stages.
Oh, no.
I don't know different stages. I don't know. I'm thinking this is normal. I'm thinking everybody get introduced by Screech. I'm thinking everybody get to hang out with DJ Quick, Cottonmouth Kings backstage, and
you just went there winging it, just like you fit in.
Thinking this is normal. It wasn't, of course, but I'm with Mastermind, the fucking legend. So, you know, he blessed me. I remember performing with Mastermind a couple times. First couple times, I couldn't do nothing but stare at him on stage. He had to kind of coach me, like, hey, stop looking at me. You with me now? You're not in the crowd no more.
Quit being weird, bro.
You're being weird, bro. I'm sitting there I'm a fan. I'm on stage like...
You're a fangirl and shit.
Yeah. You know, so for the first couple shows, that's how it was. But then I got comfortable. We went on tour, Raised from Hell tour with Scum and Smalls. It was my first tour. 18 shows, 21 days. I got $50 a show. I was super geeked.
Oh, yeah.
It was the best time of my life. And coming from where I come, Fast, your kid from Kalamazoo, on tour, it changed my life. Because now, when I came back home, I wasn't just Skitzo. I was, oh yeah, hey, that's Skitzo right there. Hey, right there, you know who that is? That's Skitzo. That really set me apart because now I'm in Seattle where people don't know me. And when I leave, they like, yo, you fucking dope. Can I buy some of your merch? I need a CD. Now I got people. And so tour was like, it separated you, you know? It separates you.
Touring is a different experience.
It is,
you know,
man.
especially when you get all of that fame and notoriety and all of that clout from everywhere else. And then you come back home and you just regular old Fix It Felix.
Yeah.
You know,
my kids don't give a fuck.
I know, right? You ain't nobody. They don't give a damn. That toilet still need to be clogged, you know. They still got something in there.
They hate when we go out. I got to stop and talk to people, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, speaking of tours and everything, you completed a 53-city tour in 58 days.
Yeah, how you know about that?
Hey, don't worry about what I know. Don't worry about what I know.
I slept on the floor that whole tour.
Hey. Just know that I know. I got questions. That's all you need to know. I got questions.
Yes,
so
I did.
What did the experience teach you about the realities of independent touring?
You talking, we toured for 2 months straight. 53 days, that's 2 months. And you doing laundry, you eating at houses sometimes. Those promoters like, man, come over, man, my wife wants to cook. You miss home cooked meals. I mean, you miss your woman. You miss like your kids. You miss them growing up. So there's some negative to it, but I wouldn't change the world because, and you come home from that, not only do you got a couple extra dollars in your pocket, your merchandise and sold, and now we done touch, I done seen certain things, we done touched states I never thought I'd be in, New Hampshire and Delaware. I'm in places, so the experience was priceless. You couldn't put a price on it. And I slept on the floor. That's the thing people don't understand too. Like at this point still, I'm on the grind. Now I'm getting $100 a show. So 53 shows, $100 plus my merchandise. And I'm being smart. Now I'm figuring out budgeting because now I'm touring with artists who are getting, almost $1,000 a show, a couple $100. Like they're making more money. So they can live a little different. So I'm watching a lot more luxury. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really know my role, play my position, be a good soldier until it was my time, and that's what I was doing on those tours. I was earning my stripes, earning my keep, paying my dues, and, being a good soldier until it was time for me to step out front, So that tour, it was grueling. Like you said, 53 shows. That's a lot of openers. And that's another thing too, when you're in my position, you at the merch table when the door is open. So I'm hearing 10 openers, sometimes 5 to 10 openers every night. And I'm hanging out with them because I'm building bridges. I'm connecting.
Networking and connecting.
So I met over 1,000 rappers. Honestly. It was
a lot of
great,
people.
Though. It was great.
That is amazing.
That's wild you brought that up, though. Yeah, that was wild.
Don't be worrying about that. See, that's my job. That's my job.
That was great.
Networking and connecting. We got to do some spelunking. I wouldn't be able to do any of it.
Yeah.
Hello, you. Hello, new. Hello, early. Hello, pump, push. Hello, energy, effort. Hello, movement. Hello, goals and real swole, the best you've ever looked. Hello, PRs and PBs. Goodbye, couch sitting and TV, or tired and groggy, lackluster and foggy. Instead, say hello to a new version of you. And say hello to Make Wellness, to see what you really can do.
Until you leave my sight before I realize I done lost that everything got my life, and I'm like, cause all I needed was you in my life, and I'm like, you my heart, I can't live if we apart, baby, please stay. Today will be the day, but we don't care what they say, so love.
That honestly, seriously, no, I mean, networking and connecting is one of the biggest things.
Yes.
And I truly feel like a lot of up and coming artists take that for granted. You know, they really don't understand.
I want to give a shout out to Pops, Devil Boy's dad. I don't know if y'all, Devil Boy. So Devil Boy, his dad, Pops, this man, I watched him, he used to be a truck driver. I watched him drive from Manchester, New Hampshire to Springfield, Missouri. That's a 24-hour drive straight nonstop.
Good God Almighty, that was a lot of caffeine. Yeah, you know.
And a whole pack of cigarettes. Pop smoking.
Bless America, Pop. Whoop,
shout out to Pops, man. I'll never forget that. That happened on that tour. That was a story from that tour. I got some other stories, but I'm not saying none of them.
Oh, we have time later. Trust and believe. We have time. I would love to sit down and like I said, we can smoke a turkey leg. And, we can smoke a turkey leg.
We'll talk about it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Fucking A. I love it. What was your biggest I made it moment?
Yeah, I don't think it happened yet.
Oh, shit.
I mean,
well, you ain't lying. You got big ass damn dreams.
Yeah, I don't think it's happened yet. I mean, I've had some moments. So I remember I had a moment where so there has been one moment where I felt like, damn, I'm somebody. Jelly Roll, this when he was still rapping, he was performing here in Kalamazoo. And I went to the show. I'm just standing, and then at the end, before he did Goodnight Shirley, he called me on stage. He said, can I get my brother Skitzo up here on stage? And when that happened, I didn't even know, I had no idea he even knew who I was. So when he said that, I looked at him and I was just like, first thing I did, I handed my boy my phone. I said, record this. So I got it on film. And I went up there and I performed the song with him on stage. And then we hugged it up after that. But yeah, it was really, really like a moment where I was like, damn, like, okay. That was a good moment for me. Shot Power Dice from Critical Bill. They were signed with Strange Music. I remember I did a show a while ago in Detroit at the Emerald Theater. I think it was ABK and Critical Bill. And then after the show, he came up to me, Power Dice, and kind of knighted me. He pulled me to the side and said, hey, man, you're fucking, like, you got it, bruh. And I felt like, damn, this is somebody who was signed with Strange, his band. I just watched him perform for a packed house and they killed it. Like, and he's telling me, like, I'm somebody else. So I've had moments like that, but as far as like I made it, I don't think I've had that moment yet. I think it's still to come.
The future ain't done yet.
It's not.
Crystal ball. It ain't no magic 8 ball. You gonna shake that bitch. She say it's coming.
Shaking it up.
Hey, shake it. What was your biggest, this industry is cold as fuck moment?
Ooh, man.
You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I will say it's a lot of who you know. I'm not going to say like this was one of those moments, but I remember, so this is when I first started doing where I had a moment with a person in the industry that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So I was, I had just started doing tours and shows with Eshawn. So my buzz was growing. People was knowing me, whatever. So I went to check out ABK show. I'm just hanging out. Big Hoodoo was there. And so I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? And I was like, you mind if we get a pic? He was like, I don't take pics, or I'll take pics for money after the show or something like that, where I was just like, all right, bro. And, and I've always seen him around, and I've like tried to acknowledge him just to say what up. Like, hey, bro, I know you awesome Dre brother. Your brother is a legend, bro. Like, you know, you got this opportunity with Psychopathic. Shit, you black. Ain't too many black artists. Let's connect. Like, I'm trying to build. You the only, you know, it's like, we got to, you know, pull each other up. So I'm like, I'm trying to help. But so that shit happens. I mean, also too, like I said, I've asked these people, I've asked Violent J, bro, why don't you sign me? I asked Scum, why don't you sign me? You know, Scum was pretty much just telling the truth. Scum was like, man, you got it. Like, ain't too much I can do for you. Like, you just need bigger crowds. And I respected Scum for that because he kept it a buck. He was just telling the truth. Like,
Scum's
you don't need a label. Yeah, he was like, you don't need a label. But with Jay, he was just like, man, I'm done rapping, man. I'm rich and I'm done. I'm just like, bruh, I get it, you done. But I wanted to bring the kids to it because I teach at a school and I work with kids. So this could keep this juggalo, this underground psychopathic shit going for generations, for 30 years. These kids are 10 years old and I'm bringing them to my world and they get to learn about the Juggalo education part. Yo, Juggalo's for the kids. Juggalo's the love of the kids. Juggalo, we got Juggalo kids clothing line. Now we got
my little ones go around whoop whooping. I got 8-year-old right now.
Something different. And that's another reason I probably didn't get signed because we don't want to hear all that save the world shit. We don't want to hear all that community kid shit. We trying to sell drugs and fuck bitches. And I'm like,
I truly feel that it's a split world and a dynamic where it's truly business minded and money ran versus the actual culture and legacy that
has nothing to do with money. Yeah.
Nothing to do with the money. Yeah. And there's a split. There's a divide there. There really is.
That means you're lying to your fans. That means you're lying to your fans. Which means you're lying to your family. Because if we're family, we family.
Say it a little louder. Say it a little louder for the ones in the back. I don't think they heard you.
If we family, treat us like family. So, you know, but...
You can't get no facts on that, man.
Yeah. And I'm honest. At this point, it's just like, why am I trying to tippy-toe around shit or not say shit when we all know the fucking truth? And the truth that matters, bro, you got to do this shit on your own. Ain't nobody coming to give you a handout. That's obvious with my situation. If I learned anything from the last situation I went through, it's just like, you better get out here and get it, motherfucker, because...
Get it and get it. You damn right. You know, that is a true fucking statement right there. And actually, I believe that has a lot to do with a lot of other artists who decide to take multi-pass. I mean, it's income stacking. You know, you can't just stay in one lane. You got to maximize the whole fucking freeway, you know? So, I mean, this is, again, comes into, you know, the author. You know, you're an author. How did writing books enter this fucking freeway?
Shout out to the homie, Mike Shepard. He wrote the book for Project Born. And, you know, Frank Nitty and Poke Frost, them like brothers to me.
I just sat down with them. Whoop, whoop.
Them like my brothers. And so we were hanging out at the gathering, and he approached me about a book because I put out a comic book, I put out a coloring book. So he was like, "You want to put out a book all about it?" And I'm like, "Nah, I ain't ready. I ain't done enough." He was like, you know, one of those you don't see the trees for the forest moments, trees for the forest moments. And I was like, sure. So we sat down, and he said, yeah. And it took us about 1.5 years, and it came out. I'm glad I did it because that's another thing that separated me from a lot of artists. You know, in the comic book, I put out a comic book in 2011. Like, nobody had a comic book out like that about them. And I did that with my school money. But the book was more about leaving a legacy for after I'm gone. You know, when this music shit passes, I feel like the internet will die out. You know, 8-tracks died, records died, tapes died, CDs died. So, you know, everybody's streaming. Streaming's going to die. So I feel like, but books are going to be, the Bible has been around, like books will be here after us.
Yeah.
But like books people will always be reading.
You're right.
Reading never
You're absolutely right.
So
you had no lie on that one.
Yeah. So that's why it was important, I felt like, to put a book out. And after it happened and the impact I had from the book, I'm so grateful that I was able to do that before I couldn't do it. So
that's amazing. That is so true, you know, and I feel that like that hits hard, homie. That really does hit hard because something that I actually just recently started getting into, doing audiobooks, like actually voice. Yes, because I read to my children all the time. Every night.
So,
every night they get stories.
I'm so glad you said that, because this is the reason I am a ghetto nerd, and the reason I love to read and give that information out in my music, and the reason you can listen to my music and hear my vocabulary and hear my content, and you will know that I'm someone who's well read. And it's because when I was little, my grandmother...
Articulated, extremely.
Yeah, and my grandmother would read to me bedtime stories at night. When I was young. And that's one of those reasons. So I'm so grateful to hear, because that's a lost art.
My fiance and I read every single night to my children.
I love that.
It's gotten to the point now to where, because I do time sharing with their father, no divorce. Yes. So when they go to their dads, we have these little things, they're Tonys, and you can record on them and they take them with them. So it's not like online, it's not internet bullshit. It's literally books, music, getting your children off the screen and bringing them back. So, but you can get like these little figures. Oh, look, here's like a little fairy right here. Okay. I can record on this. I can read books, play music, record on this, and my child takes it and they have them. Yes. Yes. On this, that we have a pirate right here. This is what I was doing earlier, reading books, recording books. I will surely will. They're Tonys. They are amazing. And I have recorded books and songs on these, so my children have them everywhere. They can take.
That's one thing I was going to do this summer, is the audio book to my book.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So
I love it. I absolutely love doing that and having that. And that's something my children have when I'm gone. They have that. They have my voice lives on. So what inspired Water from Cactus?
So I got the title because I felt like, a cactus is a plant that survives in the desert, which is a place where it has minimum resources. But in this environment, it grows, it blooms, it stands strong. It creates a defense system with the thorns saying, stay away from me. I can protect myself. Also, the cactus produces a life-saving energy, which is water, from the inside. So I felt like I was a cactus. I grew up in a community and an environment where I had very little resources. Mother addicted to drugs, no father, forced to raise myself, no positive male role models around. I looked to actors and rappers as some of my role models. So I felt like I was a cactus. I felt like I had grew these thorns, which was my exterior postures, my demeanor, my introvertness of thorns to keep you away from me. But on the inside, I had this empathy for, the less fortunate, kids with disabilities. That's why I work with, children from broken homes, because I'm that child. So I was the cactus. So that's why I got the title Water from Cactus, because I feel like that was me. I am like a cactus.
Homie, we just vibing on a whole nother level, because I just literally, I have autistic kids. I
have kids on the spectrum.
I have two of my kids are autistic. I am an advocate, a very, very big advocate for neurodivergent children and the neurodivergent community. Specifically.
Yes. So 3.5 years, I worked for a company down here where I was in a classroom where I worked with kids on all types of behavioral issues. Not just that, you talking 3 adults, 7 kids
Goodness.
To a room. That's how much attention these kids needed on a consistent basis.
Oh yeah.
I was responsible for certain kids. And what would break my heart, because these, some of these kids who were on the spectrum, they would have family members who would abuse them, and they would come to school and tell me stories. And I'd be ready to go to their house and punch their brothers or punch their uncle. I'm like, what? Really?
Mm-hmm.
So, I developed, which was already a soft spot in my heart for some of these kids and what they go through. And so, that's all.
Be kind, people. Yeah. The biggest message you can get out of it is to be kind. Because you don't understand. Be kind. And those are amazing
you catch
souls.
More with honey than you do with or something like that. So,
the different perspective. If y'all just take the time to try and see the world from their eyes, you would be amazed at the wonder.
How funny they are.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a story.
We're going to have to sit down. We'll definitely sit down later and get out.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
There's this world beneath the surface, a place where raw talent lives, where voices go unheard until now. Welcome to Underground Nation, the home of the unheard.
the stage for the next wave. The movement where artists, entrepreneurs, and creators rise from the shadows and take their place in the spotlight. Head over to underground-nation.com, download the app today, and step inside the experience. Dive into exclusive news articles, unfiltered reviews, powerful podcasts, and a full collection of magazine issues showcasing talent from across the globe. Discover your next favorite artist before the world catches on.
So working with, I mean, obviously it's amazing, just the different perspective like we talked about. Do you eventually see yourself building a larger universe around your books and music and teachings?
Yeah. So this summer I'm partnering with the Boys and Girls Club.
Amazing.
So I teach hip hop in middle school. I created a curriculum called Self-Exploration Through Hip Hop, where I teach middle school kids currently how to deal with bullying, social emotional issues, how to just find their voice, find the courage, be brave. And I do it all through hip hop. And, we have them writing poetry. Currently, we brought in a mobile studio. They recorded a song. Next week, they're going to be shooting a video. We got a bunch of props from Amazon and stuff. So I've been, since I created that and from the attention that I got from that, the Boys and Girls Club reached out and wanted to connect and do something. So now I'm running a summer program with them. And if it goes well, we hope to build more. And what I would like to do is do workshops around the United States, where I would go into the Boys and Girls Club all around the United States and run my program for a week or two, and then empower somebody else to run the curriculum. And now we're building the village. Each one teach one, and I'm spreading the message. And so
that is fucking amazing. This is why I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club whenever they closed it down in my town. We don't have one anymore.
We got a new one. Yeah, we just fortunate enough to get a new one. And, I'm fortunate enough to be able to do what I do there. And I'm hoping, I'm not going to say I'm hoping, I'm going to build something for these kids to get involved with.
You're trying, you're doing.
Yeah, I'm doing.
You're doing it.
I'm doing it.
So what's your personal favorite project you've released? And why?
I'm not an artist who everything I do. Because, when I'm driving, I got my shuffle, my Apple Music is on shuffle. Some of my songs come on, I skip them. It's not that I don't like them, but my favorite album, I would say to date, would be the Artist, the first Artist EP. And for me, it's because I had so much to prove in that moment. Because it was my first EP with Mastermind, and it was my out the gate party, and I was hungry. My hit game was crazy. And not saying that it wasn't, because the Butterfly Effect album is probably one of the Black Wolf albums as well. The Black Wolf album is the one that my family, when I say family, I mean my fans or whatever, but I don't call them fans, because if you spend money on my music and shirts and merch, motherfucker, you family, because you helping me feed my family, so you part of the family.
Facts, fucking facts.
Yeah. So, so it's Black Wolf for them, but for me, it's Butterfly Effect, because if you've seen the movie,
that was one of my favorite movies.
So the whole concept behind that album, the whole concept behind that album is I rewrote my life with a pen and pad, like he kind of did. So that, it's about,
That is crazy. That's the first thing I thought of when I was literally with your album. That's the first thing that hit my mind was that movie. First thing.
Yeah, that's where I got it from.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Which project do you think deserved way more attention than it received?
My last one, Trevon, but I understood why I didn't get a lot of attention. It was very personal. It wasn't like a fan album. That's why I named it Trevon. That's why my name on this is Trevon. Now, I'm trying to, just be me. And
it's hard to do that after you got a brand, after you branded yourself. That's hard.
I mean, I am Skitzo. You ain't running away from that. Okay. When that music turn on, but this is an interview, so when the music turn on, I'm on that stage, I'm in the studio. Yeah, that's Skitzo. But this right here, this Trevon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just sitting and chilling. This is organic.
This is who I am, and I want people to get to know me. And, you know, I want the people that watch this interview to also know, like, I'm pure and I'm genuine. And I'm not an artist that's like, you know, buy my stuff. And this is a front for people to
go buy his shit now.
Yeah. I've seen that, man. And
man, if y'all buy his shit, good. Thank you for supporting. If you can't afford it, don't put yourself out.
Don't do it. But it's also, you know, I'm giving you everything I got. I'm not a rapper. I'm an artist. You know, I create timeless music. And like I said, juggalos know if you whack.
You're not a dollar sign. And that shows. It really shows the people who are just out there for the merch, just for the money and the clout. You know, fall seriously.
I'm the dopest underground rapper right now. I don't know nobody. There's some good ones. There are some good ones. But bar for bar, come on.
Well, that's a challenge. That sounds like an open challenge. I challenge any of you other artists. Let me hear. We're going to do this. Let's see. He's the dopest. He's the dopest one right there. Got the dopest bars around. Let's hit it out. Oh, y'all think y'all got it? Hit me up. Let's make this happen.
I'm calling it right now. I'm saying it right now.
Open challenge. Bring it.
I'm feeling myself right now.
We're feeling ourselves.
Let's go.
We going. Do you think independent artists focus too much on streams and not enough on ownership?
Yeah. I mean, for the most part. But with the times changing, I think a lot of underground artists' mentality is changing and they want ownership. First of all, first thing you gotta realize, ain't no money in rap. There's no more money to be made being a rapper. So if you thinking you about to be holding stacks in the video and getting on, you're not. That's over. But if you are a good rapper, a good human, you can make some money, generating a fan base through building relationships, touring, being open, investing in yourself financially. That means maybe paying to get on the tour, boosting some streams online, the quality of your video and your music, spending the money on the mix downs, putting yourself in positions, traveling, getting outside the city. And that takes time. You know, you got to put maybe a year or two, maybe 2 or 3. But like I said, I'm someone who's been doing this since 2011. You know, I felt like since 2011 when I haven't really, because I was still like a hype man for the first couple of years, but I just felt like that year was when my eyes were open to the opportunities that I had, because I saw so many people like Kung Fu Vampire, Potluck on an underground level doing it and not needing really like this mainstream buzz. And I was like, oh, it could be done. If you're just a good person, you got good music and you just be who you are. That's what I kind of learned from, like I said, Potluck. So that's why I'm able to really survive this long.
You know, and that is so fucking hard, man. Nobody does that anymore. It's like everybody is fighting, staying true to themselves or conforming to the masses. You know, there is no middle ground. And especially financially, you're absolutely right. You know, it's difficult. You're not going to make it. You're not. You better know that right now. You're not going to be the next millionaire spitting tracks.
It ain't gonna fucking happen, homie. Is so important. You want to own your name, own your brand. So when you do putting out your CDs and your books, your T-shirts, your socks, whatever you choose the brand, you get that brand. You can stick it on everything.
Income stack that shit. Multiple revenues. Don't keep all them eggs in one basket. You got to sit there and spread that and keep them all going.
And know that it's a harder road that way too.
That is fucking facts right there, man.
Yeah.
Do you think some artists blame lack of support, when the real issue is just inconsistent work ethic, just laziness?
It can be both. If you're in an environment and you choose to stay, like if I chose to stay in Kalamazoo and not try to thrive outside, that would be on me, all right? But there is more rappers than fans at this point in the world.
You ain't a lot. Spotify told me that shit. I looked at the numbers on that one.
It's way more rappers than fans. So it could be a combination of both. There'll be a lack of support. So yeah.
Both. Yeah, I was like, did you know there's over 8 million rappers on Spotify?
Yeah, I believe it. I believe, and that's just rappers.
That's just rapper. 8 million. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, when I meet people, I don't even tell them I'm a rapper. I let them find out on their own. Because I feel like it doesn't have the same pop like it used to, telling people like, yeah, I rap. Now you tell somebody you rap, it's just like, oh, my cousin rap.
Yeah, I feel, yeah.
So it ain't the same. But yeah.
It does not. Same thing with DJing. I feel the same thing on DJing. They're like, oh, you a DJ? The 2020, man, COVID really fucked a lot of people on that one.
Everybody.
Yeah. Now everybody think they can push a couple buttons and spin something, and now they a DJ.
Yeah.
Now get the fuck out of here, man.
Yep. You ain't lying. Plug in your laptop.
Every day, creative spirits pour their hearts into their craft, only to feel ignored. No support. No network. No real community. That's why the Boogieverse was created. A place where musicians, podcasters, artists, streamers, entrepreneurs, and creators connect, collaborate, and rise together. Stop chasing success alone. Join the Boogieverse Discord today, where creative spirits build each other up to greatness.
Do you think clout and fake online popularity are ruining independent hip hop?
I mean, if you say you're a hater. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna call it how it is.
Yeah, I mean, it is because it's allowing everyone with a phone to be an artist, which brings down the quality, and now it is it's not as important to be an artist with talent as much as it is to be an artist with likes and comments.
Going viral. So if you got 1 million views on a video, it don't mean the video good. It just means you got 1 million views. It don't mean the music is good. But in today's world, it equates to attention equates to likes and money and social currency.
Yeah, it's a social currency out here. So it's a double-edged sword. You either can get on board or you can sit on the sideline and complain. That's the problem. People be paying for views. I refuse to do that. My following is not that big, but I get booked. I know people who got way more followers than me. I look at their Spotify. They got way bigger Spotify numbers than me, but they're not getting booked. I'm steady doing verses. Yeah. I'm steady getting booked. I'm steady doing shows. I'm steady traveling. People still buying books and hoodies and T-shirts. So I don't care, about these numbers. I understand that I keep putting out quality and being a quality human being, and the universe will reward me. So
that's true. That is facts right there. And honestly, that's why I said I'm going to be straight up honest. I mean, there ain't this. You sitting down with me, there is no filter, okay? Yeah, we are the flame that does not get put out, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
no, for real.
I think this shit's been there from day one.
Yeah.
I believe clout and fake popularity has been ruining and been there from day one because that's part of the gimmick. If you don't have the glitz and the glitter and the glam, you're not going to get anything. The only thing that online has done now has made it super easy to do that. Yeah. Now it is so stupid simple where anybody can pick up a phone. Anybody can make a little freaking Macarena 30-second dance and go viral. Yeah. And not have a damn lick of talent.
Yeah.
And not have a lick of fucking talent about you.
No, you're right. You're right. That's it right there in a nutshell.
Yeah. I mean, it's no different than AI. You have to fight with AI now. Now it's not just, talentless, booty shakers. Yeah. Now you got AI people.
Yeah.
So what do you feel on AI?
Fake artists. I don't like AI. I mean, so what's crazy about that is I teach tech smart as well as I do hip hop. So I teach coding, 3D printing, and things like that to my students as well. Half the day this, half the day that. But I do not like it because it is taken away from talented people. We ain't gonna have no rappers and singers or actors in the future because with AI, you can just, hey, chat, write me a rap, and it'll write you a whole song. And I don't like that as a writer. I don't, that creativity. It's already the cell phones is dumbing us down. I used to say smartphones dumb people. So, and now with AI, it sucks, man. But at the same time, as an artist, I can go in here and say, hey, chat, I need a flyer with me and Bazaar and put 2 pictures in and give me a dope flyer.
It is a catch-22, man, a double-bladed sword. It can be used properly and be a true asset. I use it, in my daily stuff. I do. But, you know, when it comes to like the actual art, like you're saying, you know, there is no poetry. There is no actual imagery. There's no lyricism. There's none of you going into that AI that is creating that song, that masterpiece, that art, that whatever. That is a fucking robot. That is not an artist. That is not an individual with talent. Yeah. And what pisses me off about it is when you have those people who claim that they're artists because they pressed a couple buttons and had chat, you know, make a song for them.
Yep. I hate it. I'm not a fan of it in that aspect. I gotta be honest.
Yeah. We talked about AI. You know, do you believe that AI helps artists or creates lazy artists who skip learning real craft?
So I'm choosing the latter. B. It creates lazy artists. If you use an AI, in both aspects of it, if you're a painter, if you're a poet, but, you know, if you're looking for ideas, say you are an interior designer and you're looking for some inspiration to get inspired to, you know, do your new client's house, it could be helpful. But if you're a rapper and someone's paying you, you know, a certain amount of money to collab on a song, and you say, hey, AI, I need to rap to a beat that's 140 BPM, whatever. And then here you are. I'm just like, yeah. So, you know, I have students sometimes who want to use chat to help with a writing assignment. And I'm like, you know, it's dumbing down the world. So
that brings me back to like Ask Jeeves. You remember that shit? Growing up, Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, I do remember Ask Jeeves. That's probably where they got the idea. I mean, wonder if it's the same people.
I'll tell you right now, Jeeves saved me a few times on some science projects. We ain't gonna shout out to Jeeves.
Shout out to chat.
Shout out to chat.
That's what I'm saying, because it can't be helpful at the same time.
Yo. That's a double-edged sword right there, man.
Yeah, and harmful all at once. So you said that double edge, man. What's the edge you gonna get, though?
We gonna switch it up a little bit. What was the worst financial mistake you ever made early on in your career?
I would say, so it was some things I wish I would have done financially and didn't do. One thing I wish I would have done, I remember I had an opportunity to get 2 verses from Ritz for $500. And I was like, man, I ain't doing that. I'm so mad. That was dumb. Wish I had that back. And then one thing I did that was stupid was I remember I bought like 1,500 CDs from Discmaker. I bought over 1,000.
God bless America.
Took them to the gathering. This was in 2011. Thinking I'm about to sell every CD for $10 because I'm going to be 8,000 people here. I'm going to at least sell 1,000 CDs to everybody. I'm going to be everywhere. And I tried. I probably sold about 300. I'm not going to lie. I sold a lot of CDs, but I didn't sell them at 10. I sold them at 5. Once I realized, like, they don't know who you is. Like, they'd rather go right here to Smokehouse Junkies or right here to whoever because they know them. Mm-hmm. And buy their CD for 10. They don't know you. You just rap. And for them, for the first time, they're just staring and looking at you like, who is this guy? So, funny story, this girl told my brother. My brother was saying, yeah, my brother, so my little brother was telling me a story how he was talking to some girl. And they were talking, he was saying, my brother was at the Gathering of Juggalos this year. He opened up with Mastermind. And she was like, oh, that was your brother? That big guy who rapped like Tech Nine? She said, that fat guy who raps Tech Nine? I was like, I don't know if I'm more mad or more happy that she thinks I'm Tech Nine.
I mean, that's like one of those, I don't know how I would take that either. I'd be like,
I wasn't even mad. She called me fat. She thinks I rap like Tech Nine? That's a compliment.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take that.
Hey, fat ashy boy from Kalamazoo. There you go.
Who raps like Tech Nine. So I love it.
That's great. What do you want people to feel after listening to your music?
I would say just like motivated, inspired, and I want you to think. I want it to stir a conversation. You know, I want you to take some out of it and Google it, or just I really just want to connect with you. My ultimate goal in music is to have an emotional connection to where you listen to my song and it resonates with something personal in your life. And now every time you hear it, it takes you to a moment. So 5 years from now, you hear it, it reminds you of that breakup, or it reminds you of that your homie who died, or it reminds you of whatever, just a moment in your life where you felt like I was finna just blow my brains out, but I didn't because I listened to Skitzo Triumph song and I was like, I'm not going to let him down. I'm not going to give up. So, you know, really that is the ultimate goal. It should be the ultimate goal, I feel like, for every artist, because those are the artists who I listen to this day, the ones I have I feel, even though I never met them, I feel like I have an emotional connection to them just because of the type of music they make, like Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi's an artist who I never met, but when I listen to some of his music, I just feel like you know, he's speaking from a place where I come from, and he's speaking for me. So,
all right.
Listen, man, I appreciate
I know you got to get going. Before we let you escape back into Michigan, are there any shout outs, thank yous, upcoming projects, businesses, social media pages, books, music releases, or anything we forgot to promote? This is your moment to shine it.
Yeah, I mean, I really think I talked about everything. But at Skitzo Michigan is how you're going to find me everywhere. Eaton Rapids, July 3rd with Eshawn. I do have project coming out with Killjoy, not Killjoy Club, but a guy, my homie from Colorado Springs, Fatty's House Productions. That project has Brother Lynch Hung, Bazaar, Jamie Madrox, and I got videos for those songs. And I got a song with a platinum artist who's no longer with us. I'm just going to say that. And I got a claymation video with that. I got an EDM album I'm about to put out. I'm not a big fan of the music myself that's on this album, but it's something new for me, and electronic dance music. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. I'm going to put it out there. And me and Mastermind are doing another Orthis album. And August 1st, I'm going to be in Buffalo, New York, either with Twisted Insane or, I don't know, Whitney Payton. But I'll know further details. I'll make sure Underground Nation podcast has all that information when I do. But just be on the lookout for consistent new music. And if you're in the Michigan area and you got a child who wants to learn about hip hop, or needs some counseling or whatever, or just want to be inspired, send them my way. Let's work.
Absolutely. Let's work. Huge shout out to Skitzo Michigan for pulling up and sharing his journey with the Underground Nation. Make sure you go like, follow, stream, subscribe, and support Skitzo Michigan for all streaming and social media platforms. Run those albums up, check out the books, and support real independent artistry.
Let's go, man.
And if you enjoyed this conversation, visit underground-nation.com to discover more incredible artists making noise underneath the surface. And if you're an artist or entrepreneur and you'd like to be featured on Underground Nation, send your information to ugnpodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, this is your redheaded flame, the chaos creator. We don't chase the mainstream.
Nope.
We expose what the mainstream overlooked.
That's
Y'all
right.
stay feral.
Much love. I appreciate that. That's dope. Much love, man.
And there you have it. Another journey into the mind of an artist who spent years building his legacy one song, one stage, and one lesson at a time. A huge thank you to Skitzo Michigan for stepping into the hot seat and sharing his story with the Underground Nation family. From the music, to the tours, to the books, to the wisdom gained through experience. This conversation is proof that success isn't always built overnight. Sometimes it's forged through persistence, sacrifice, and refusing to quit. If you enjoyed what you heard today, make sure you take a moment to like, follow, and subscribe to Skitzo Michigan on all streaming and social platforms. Run up the music, share it with a friend, and show some love to an artist who's been putting in work for years. And don't forget to check out his book, Water from Cactus, available now on Amazon. If today's conversation inspired you, challenged you, or simply gave you a new perspective, then our mission has been accomplished. For more incredible artists, creators, entrepreneurs, and visionaries making noise beneath the surface, visit underground-nation.com. And while you're there, download the Underground Nation app today. Available now on the Google Play Store. Apple Store release coming soon. Are you an artist looking to get your music heard? Do you have a story worth sharing? Do you want to be featured on an upcoming episode of Underground Nation? Submit your music and information today at ugnpodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, keep your eyes open, keep your ears to the underground, and remember, the mainstream follows trends. Underground Nation discovers legends. We'll see you beneath the surface.